O comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo? Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand? Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. O churl, drunk all, and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them, to make me die with restorative. Thy lips are warm. Yea, noise, then I'll be brief. O happy dagger, this is my sheath. There, rest, and let me die. Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka VioletKitty411, and welcome back to my channel. We are back in Veronaville for another family redesign. Today our clients are Goneril Capp's family with her husband Albany and their 4 children, and we will get back to them. Real quick, I would like to point out that Veronaville is not as diverse as I thought it was, in that, for instance, this build that I did for Sid and Porthos is identical to this one right here and this one right here. They just changed the flora a little bit on the builds, but otherwise it's identical. The one that I did for Regan and Kent, along with Regan's husband Cornwall, is duplicated over here. A lot of them are just duplicate builds, so there aren't as many builds here, but they just really fleshed it out to make it look much more like a town, and I do appreciate that. So anyway, let's get on with it. Let's choose our multiplier as well as random. I'm actually going to be using anything above 36,000 because after the distribution of the wealth from consort, Goneril and her family are sitting at 36,000. So the ones that I will be choosing as optional are 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's only 4 to choose from. Okay, so first we will choose our multiplier. 3.5. Wonderful, and that puts us at about 140,000. And which one? 3. Okay, let's go see what we've got. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that's this one. I think I've actually put this family in this lot before. So I was wrong. I have not put this family in this lot before. In fact, I don't believe I've ever even looked at this lot before. So as we look at it, it is a 50 by 40 lot. And it's a very empty lot, so we will have to do something about that because my budget is currently 144,000, and before stripping I'm sitting at 69,000, so I've got a lot of money to play with. Now I would like to say that if I were short on funds, this would be a great one to turn into a perfect duplex because look, it is exactly symmetrical, at least on the outside. And so it is something that I could turn into a great 2-family dwelling. I'm not going to do that today, but that is always an option. Okay, and as we look at the floor plan, we have an 8-tile front entryway, a 12-tile bath powder room, okay, ridiculous, a 20-tile kitchen with no comfortable space to eat. I mean, we could probably fit it in there, but it's not comfortable. I think this is meant to be the dining area and grand living area. Massive waste of space. This screams Sims 1, not gonna lie. This screams Sims 1. Okay, and then as we go up, so we have, it looks to be 3 bedrooms, which a strange 2 by 5 bathroom, just very strange configuration, and then a 3 by 4 bathroom right here, 1 large, very large, awkward master bedroom, and 2 smaller, good-sized bedrooms. But Goneril and Albany have 4 children, and Albany wants at least 1 more, so we're going to see if we can get more bedrooms into this, and let's strip it as we do. So now let's address the nature of the exterior, and that's that this particular balcony right over here, it's attractive but I do want to go ahead and pull back this much of it, so we're just going to continue doing this all the way across and just bring everything forward. And so we're just going to reclaim that much space. Now the one that's at the back of the house is basically completely useless because it is one tile. There's nothing we can do. It's really just for looks. Now let's consider staircase, as we do, because that's how we determine our floor plan. And I'm going to use a staircase I haven't used much at all, is one of these sweeping staircases. Now the place that I felt was best for it was, if you see, I actually did get rid of this 8 tile entryway, and we're going to put this right here. Now if I wanted the entryway I could, and of course with move objects on it's going to be like that, and it still only needs 6 tiles up here. You really do need a home with at least a pretty impressive footprint in order to use this. Of course, I am going to have to, now that I know where I want it placed, move it out here into the yard, page up, grab my wall tool, and then put this here because I cannot build over here once the staircase is placed. So put the staircase back, and that's what we've got. And now let's choose our floor plan. So before we move forward with the floor plan, I forgot that with the sweeping staircase, I need to make one more adjustment. Let's put this guy back out here, and I need to go, I don't know if I want these walls, but I want them to be there in case, and Daisy singing the songs of her peoples. Okay, I want them to be there in the event I want it. So we're just going to go ahead and stick that there. Whether or not I use it remains to be seen, but I just wanted it there. Okay, so in order to delineate this as a well-defined 5-bedroom home, we're first going to create our master suite right here, and that will have an ensuite small bathroom. It doesn't need to be a large one. Down here, I'm going to have a powder room right there, and then I will have another bedroom right here. Now I'm going to create a 4x5 right here, and then a 5x5 here, and another 4x5 here, and finally a 4x2 bathroom right there. So I've got access for 2.5 baths upstairs and 5 bedrooms. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, well delineated. So now for the bottom level, I am going to use this as the kitchen with an eating space in it. So we're going to have this as our dining room right here. I'm going to close that off just a tiny bit for no apparent reason, but I'm going to do it. And now I'm going to close this off. We're going to have a door leading in here, a door to the outside, and then a door over here. And now symmetrically, or not symmetrically because it's an asymmetrical build, but I will do this over here. It's kind of a like bonus pass-through room, and this I'm thinking of as a library. This will be the very, oops, not right there. This will be the very formal living room, and then maybe the less formal family room with right here with the powder room right there. Now this right here, I will get rid of this angled wall because it's not necessary. I will keep this one though. And so we will, in our little hearts, believe that this is a tiny little utility area, like maybe a water heater or something. We don't have water heaters, but that's what we're choosing to believe it is. Now, this is the only architectural item that qualifies for set quarter tile placement on the fireplace. And so I do want this very centered, so we're going to put that centered on this wall, because a fireplace really should be a focal point in a room. So we're going to center that on that wall. No off center. It disturbs me on so many levels, not going to lie. So after I put my windows and doors in, I do want to do something with this currently very useless balcony, and that is that I'm going to extend it one more tile, because you can extend unsupported 2 tiles before you have to put in any columns to support it. So I'm going to extend that, so now it's not a completely useless balcony. So I basically got back the balcony I took away from over here. Plus I do also have to fix this roof right here. Okay, so we'll use the short gabled instead, and 4x4. That's exactly perfect. There we go. And that's what I want. Yeah. And that way I'll create the same look. And again, I've reclaimed that little bit of space right over here. There we go. Now I do have my doors in for the pathing, so let's go ahead and add our textures. And let's just take another moment to say, at least they're consistent, and they consistently put these windows in backwards. Just saying. And the easiest way to fix them is to have move objects off, grab a window, and then just pull it downward like that. It is the easiest way to fix them. Okay, so I have all the textures plus all of the doors placed, and I will give you a quick look-see. Now the entryway, I definitely really kind of took my clue from Goneril is a fortune sim, and she also wears red, and I just kind of felt like Goneril would love to have a deep, rich red burgundy home. And so I have these deep burgundies. Now I have the lighter wood to match the railing on the staircase. In the dining room, I have the darker wood. Again, I have the lighter wood in this little kind of pass-through hallway. And now I have the mysteriously mysterious mystery bookcase here that is also an entry. So this is a secret room. I think it's where Goneril goes to get away from the children that she actually doesn't want. Just saying, she doesn't want them. Now on the other side of the secret bookcase, I have the very formal living room, and in here would be kind of an anteroom that can go from the kitchen to here to the formal living room, and so from the kitchen to the dining room. This is kind of what is called the donut version of traffic flow, because everything kind of flows from one into another, but they're not awkward to walk through to get to the other rooms. Upstairs to the left of the staircase, we do have the master room with the ensuite bath. Right across from that, it would be the nursery, because it just makes sense that the parents have the quickest access to this room. That would be little Ariel's room. And this would be, I think his name is Hank, is that right? The one son, his room. Desdemona right here. Now that's really mixing up some Shakespeare, because Desdemona is from Othello, I believe. The bathroom, again with a lot of the burgundy, which is for Goneril. Over here we have this room for Miranda. She basically has access to her own washroom, but it's not technically hers. So as it stands right now, my total is $61,828. I will furnish it and be back. So now it's time for the reveal. Only a couple structural changes to the front of the house. The first one was bringing this wall one tile forward. The second was to take away the doors that were here and at the opposite end of this balcony, because I didn't want it in Miranda and Desdemona's rooms. And they've got just one door here to get out onto the balcony and enjoy the telescope. Now as we pan out, we see that I no longer have the fence right up to the sidewalk. I brought it back this far. To me, it just looks more finished. I know you take away stuff, but it does make it look more finished because it delineates the front from the back. You see I've got a little bit of livestock. I've got a pony and a duck that are allegedly rideable by children and toddlers respectively. We know how well the cow worked out, so I don't have high hopes. And over here I do have a basketball hoop. Back remained virtually untouched with the exception of making this balcony one tile deeper and also putting in a treadmill that looks like a hamster wheel. From the front door we enter, we see the grand staircase. That's pretty much the only thing that's in this room other than the rug and a light. To the right of the entranceway is a pass-through that's more than a hallway but less than a room. We've got a chess table, a ballet bar, and an easel over here. Off of that we have our informal recreational room with a bar, and there's a dartboard, and of course we have our little powder room over here. Through this room we have our formal sitting room. I lightened it up by choosing the cream colored leather for the sofas and cream colored curtains, and it has the lighter wood which matches the wood surround of the fireplace. And through the mysterious bookshelf we have Goneril's hidey hole where she hangs out away from her children. I mean, she didn't really want them, but he did, and you know, she's really fertile, so there's that. On the opposite side of the grand entranceway we do have our formal dining room, and the way that you get the florals right in the middle of a 6-person table is it's sitting, you can see that, it's sitting on a floating shelf, and using snap objects to grid off, I placed this right there. And from here we have a very large country kitchen with an eating space in the kitchen. Used the Romantic Notions counters, and in order to put things on the diagonal you do have to use several cheats. Okay, so you have to use set quarter tile placement on, allow 45-degree angle of rotation, move objects on, and snap objects to grid false. The only thing I actually used that for was the oven, and this oven fits in pretty perfectly. So when you put everything in with the quarter tile placement and the 45-degree angle of rotation, I'm left with this much of a gap, and it fills in pretty perfectly. And so do keep in mind the concept of your kitchen triangle, which is going to be your refrigerator, sink, and stove, because that's considered the work triangle. And off of the kitchen is the tiny little hallway that connects to the rec room and also to the outdoors. So upstairs to the right of the stairway is the master bedroom with an ensuite 2x3 bath and access to the balcony. I don't have anything on that balcony, but you could put something there. Across the hall is Ariel's room. Should Goneril get pregnant again, nursery. So there's that. Then we go down this hall and we've got a 2x4 bathroom. Here we have Desdemona's room. A little bit fanciful to go with her little fairy outfit that she likes to wear. The boys' room, and I think his name is Hank. I cannot remember, but I think it's Hank. That doesn't sound right. Down the other hallway past the washroom, which like I said is basically Miranda's washroom, is Miranda's room, and it's not really gothy, but it's a lot of gray and black, because I tend to think she's more of a techie kind of a girl. So let's put them in it. It is actually at $140,577, and I had a budget of $144,000 to work with. Now here in the neighborhood, we'll go ahead and give the money to them. Family funds, cap 3, $144,000. Make sure they got it, and indeed they did. And let's go ahead and add them to it. Yes, we want to buy that. Okay. Move in day. And let's see, we're going to see if we can make that livestock work. And it is Hal Capp, not Hank Capp. Hal, why don't you shoot some hoops? Desdemona, why don't you ride the pony? And Ariel, get set down so you can ride that. All right. Oh wow, the pony is adequate. And oh, look at them go. Okay, great. So, all right, it's a little weird, but it worked better than the cow. Okay, so the duck is actually kind of cute. Little weird, but kind of cute. And the horse whinnies. So the horse's legs don't really move, and Desdemona's sitting on it a little bit odd. I have, oh, there's a Desdemona. Okay, that's fine. And Goneril is on the treadmill. There she goes, like the hamster that she is. We've got Albany here making some shrimp gumbo, making sure that using, oh, the baby is finished with the duck. Make sure that we can use the stove on an angle. 90% sure we can. And the answer is no. Okay, good to know. And he's staring at me. Sorry about that. Okay, so apparently that one won't work, although it was so perfect and I was so happy how nicely it fit in. But, yep, like I said, some things cannot be used on an angle. Goneril has gained a point. Baby girl is over here looking for mommy. Well, except for the stove, it looks like everything else is going to work out just fine, because that was the only thing that I did that was really kind of avant-garde, was putting the stove on a diagonal, and apparently it doesn't work. Anyway, I think that this branch of the Capp family is going to live happily in their home. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you soon in the pixelated world, and that's all I have to say. VK out.